Stadium in Cincinnati. It's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns.
It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news at Paul Brown Stadium. That's where we're at here in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. First carry for Nick Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercising before this one, and they're paying off.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s. Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. So this rivalry, Charles, here in the Buckeye State, Cincinnati and Cleveland, you know, you felt like for a while it took a dip as these two franchises struggled. But now I think this rivalry is budding again as one. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. B.J. Goodson with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. The numbers for Mixon last week, 19 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on it.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Now Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Malik Jackson. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
You definitely would like to hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. On fourth down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
A run for Nick Chubb. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Mayfield able to find Hunt out of the backfield. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 27-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a first down.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And a solid run down inside the 30. The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Now on 2nd and 13, Mayfield. And finding the tight end, Hooper. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. 5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. 5-3, their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them, and number 1, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number 2, You know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Burrow looking to pass. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The throw over the middle, taken in, and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He completes it to Boyd, and he's taken down inside the 30.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals draw even, and of course they can take the lead if they hit the extra point. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to launches deep? A jump ball, and this is caught. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the red zone now, Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And he's brought down. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll give it to Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb in the final seconds of the first half. And once again, the Browns are back in front. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Phillips now from the end zone. So we come upon half. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Phillips now from the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bengals drive about to get going. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And give the tackle to Anthony Walker. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Malik Jackson gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. So here are the Browns to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Here's Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. Shoves him aside. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Flush to his right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
104 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
They'll try to run with Hunt. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Kareem Hunt,
his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
Phillips now from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even...
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Malik Jackson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 7, Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow got his man complete over the middle. It's Higgins. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. To the air again, Burrow. Slant pass to Boyd. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score.
And he pulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Stanley Morgan, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And a across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run it again with Chubb. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
135 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they will take a knee here.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. And that one drops to the ground, incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Throwing, Burrow.
He's going to let it fly.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down.
A final shot now for Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game.
Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that.
Never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones, but at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on, and that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for Cleveland, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots.